Hey YouTube, I seen a video, y'all. I seen the wildest thing, okay? And I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to insert that in here somehow. I hope that I can. But Trump was tripping. Was that not the most racist crap you've ever seen in your life? Like, don't get me wrong, I've heard, plenty of times that Trump was racist, and there's been a few instances in which one could perceive some of the actions that have been taken over the years as racist, like, for instance, building a wall between a country so that people couldn't come over, or banning a whole, community of people simply because of their religion, or the China virus, referring to it as that. So there's been things that Trump has done that I could perceive as not necessarily racist, but just, I don't know, nationalist, like where he just simply wants nothing to do with anyone other than Americans. You should know that using monkeys to describe black people is 1,000% wrong and racist. Now, some people are saying that, he just was joking around. It really wasn't about that. It has nothing to do with race. But it's like, to me, certain stuff you just don't do. A reminder of like what happened in the past, and like referring to black people as monkeys, or like putting their heads on the bodies of monkeys, is definitely going to be offensive and be considered racist, just due to what has happened in the past. And so I'm a little disappointed, to say the least. And I did vote for Trump. I did. I'll be honest. I personally thought that he was the lesser of two evils, and because I was not going to vote for Camilla. I mean, I just wasn't ready. I was not ready for all of that. America has not been in that dire of straits. There have been a few hiccups. Like, if you're able to survive, you're able to pull through. And I do feel for people who have suffered financially and had to lose homes and jobs, and became distraught because of what has happened over the last few years. It's been rough on a lot of people. Hell, I had tenants and they weren't able to pay the bills, and then they were about to get evicted. They eventually moved out, but they was about to get evicted in a minute because they hadn't paid in months. And not only had they not paid, so they owe me thousands of dollars, but they also didn't pay their water bill, which they allowed to accumulate to over $1,000 some odd dollars. So they owe me thousands at this point. And the likelihood that I'll even see it this year is probably, I don't even know. I'm not going to speak it on myself. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it's just one of those things where people are suffering and people are being hit. You know what I mean? And it's affected everybody. Even people in the upper echelons of life have been affected by what's going on with the economy right now, with the housing market, the car market. Everything is overpriced. Hell, groceries are still high as hell. They went down a little bit. We ain't paying $10 for eggs no more, but they still high. You know what I mean? Higher than they were, and higher than the quality in which the prices are going up, and yet somehow everything quality-wise is staying the same, and it's pissing me off. Because I was always raised like, the more money you spend, the better you should get. It's not seeming like that. Like, literally, just energy bills in and of itself have doubled over the last 5 years, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating, and I get it. And I'm not sure if Trump is going to be able to really do anything to help the major scale of society, or if he's just really going to be helping the people that kind of fall into the super rich category. I don't know. Only time will tell. But y'all, I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very, very disappointed in Trump for that, because even if it was a joke, even if it was made by someone else and you allowed it to be on your page, whatever the case may be, it's still wrong. It should have never happened. There's just certain things that you just don't do, and there's been things on my page that I've gotten flagged for and removed for racism and things of that nature. And I'm not the president of the United States. I shouldn't even be held to the standard that someone like him should be. You're a political figure. You're the president of the United States of America. Like, literally, this is the best country on the planet. There's no other country that people care about or want to be at more than America. Point blank, period. It may be some more rich countries out there, and I'm aware of that, but they're not better than ours. Even if they have more money and everything like that and more success, people want to come here because it's fun here. This is an amazing land. You know what I'm saying? This is America. You're American. You're the cream of the crop. Let's be real. But it's just one of those things that it's disappointing. It's offensive. It's racist. And there's no denying it at this point. Like, I can't even say that I'm a full-blown Trump supporter anymore, because I'm half black. Like, y'all, like, literally, and if you're half black, you got one drop, you're black. And if I'm black, that means I'm a monkey too. And not the craziest thing that has ever happened for Trump yet. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's pulled a few numbers, banning Muslims, trying to build walls, and calling, you know, viruses China viruses, and blaming, you know, a race of people versus something else, you know, instead of just the sick-mindedness of people trying to create problems for the world. It has more to do with race for him, which is weird. But you would think someone as old as he is would have like a little bit more couth. He's kind of trash. That was very trash, Trump. Like, I don't know, you probably will never see this, but that was very, very trash to do that, to like even try to defend it, to even try to blame it on someone else, or try to act like you didn't know, or this was this or this was that. Like, no, you there's no defending that. You put freaking black people's faces on monkey bodies. That's messed up. So what if someone put your head on a pig? You know what I'm saying? Or an orangutan or something, you know, that you know, you look like, you know, and it's offensive. Like, it's just highly, highly offensive. And I'm not saying that, you know, he shouldn't be able to have an opinion on things or anything like that. You can speak on these people without trying to offend them based upon their race. Like, say what you need to say based upon their politics, the decisions they make, you know, what have you, but don't base it on physical appearance and stuff like that. You way too old for that. You like what are you, 80, 90 years old? Like, bro, you're old. Nobody should be having to tell you how to act at this point. That's terrible. Y'all tell me what you think. That's all I gotta say.